Hey guys, it's Zanara. This video will be a little bit different compared to my usual content. Today I wanted to talk openly about some drama that has recently come up involving myself and another content creator slash lifeskiller known as David, or Dvna, on Twitch. The details in this video will hopefully shed some light onto the situation and in the process show how David is simply being a hypocrite. Now, before I continue, I want to state that this video does not serve to bash or flame him. I am merely presenting this information for all to see so that you may judge the situation for yourself. Because in the dialogues I myself have heard and participated in, as well as other people via the Discord conversation and his stream, he is presenting facts contrary to the reality of the situation and how it happened, while telling everyone that I myself am skewing the information. Below in the description you will find links to all the various materials I have, including video clips and screenshots of the actual conversations as they took place and without any Discord edits, because in the version of the story that David attempts to tell, nearly the opposite is true in almost every case.
Didn't I explain it in the chat? I literally explained it in the chat. I think we talked for like 5 minutes, Mikiku, about it. You just forgot about it. I didn't forget about it. 16 fucking attempts on duo already commit Sudoku. Sorry. I mean, hey man. You're finally experiencing what every other player has experienced so far. Basically, all he said, Mikiku, was he was promoting milk tea boxes in his Discord. And I was like, I looked at their title and it says knows their shit. So I'm like, what? So I went, and he was talking about making milk tea boxes to this person that had specifically asked. The dude was like, so is it worth putting milk in boxes, or can I use it elsewhere? And he said, I quote you not, milk tea boxes.
So according to David, a dude specifically asked, is it worth putting milk in boxes, or can I use it elsewhere? Well, as you can see across the screen, Backpacks asked, are milk tea boxes considered a waste of milk? Also, note the time of the question. I ignored Backpacks for one reason. Milk tea boxes do in fact make profit, but it is the lazy man's way of using your milk, not the best use of your milk. Now, note the next person, Fate. He pinged me a direct and very specific question. Sorry, wanted to ask about your list. Do you sell milk tea or box them? My server, which his server is SEA, I think it's still actually worth to sell them, but just barely though. To which I reply, box, but that's because they sit min price 10k per, on NA at least. So, as you can see, not only was I replying to Fate, who posted 2 hours and 2 minutes after Backpacks, I never stated it's the best use of your milk or promoted using your milk in just milk tea for boxes. The question asked was very specific from Fate, looking at my spreadsheet, and I gave a very specific answer, tailored to why and what he was asking. Nothing more, nothing less.
So I was like, all right, you're in Eminence Discord talking about knows their shit and tells somebody that asks them if there's a better use for milk to put it in milk tea boxes. So I was like, all right, Zen. I just pinged the guy and I was like, there's better uses for milk, not in milk tea boxes. And I don't know who it was, but I was like, so, but one of them, like, he was like, if you don't tell us, oh no. he's like, if you don't tell us what else you're supposed to do with milk, then your comment is irrelevant and you shouldn't be part of this discussion. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna spoon feed you ideas about what to use with milk. I'm just saying milk can be used. It is not, you're not getting your best value of milk in milk tea boxes. And then Zen comes in sucking the guy's dick or something, and he's like, yeah, I agree with that guy, or blah blah blah. If you're not contributing to the conversation by telling us what you're doing, then you have no say in the conversation. So I was like, I brought in Pong block, the fake block Tide block jump comes in, and he's like, it's like a 2v2. And then I'm like, Zen had come into my stream earlier, and he was like, he's like, how much money do you have? I'm like, 10 bill. And he's like, yo, nice, dude. I'm working on 20 billion in the next 6 months. And I was like, so how much do you have right now? And he's like, oh, I haven't started yet. Like, I'm broke right now, but he flexes his gear, blah, blah, blah. I don't really give a shit. And then, and then I thought he was a chill dude, right? So so my entire stream, like 40 plus people literally heard him say like he was broke.
So according to David, I came into his stream to flex my gear. Unfortunately, 14 days have passed and the VOD was deleted. Even when it wasn't, I had gone back to try and clip the interaction, because even in the Discord conversation he mentioned the working on the 20 bill in the next 6 months statement. And when I tried to clip this interaction on his stream between him and I, that part of the VOD was muted anyways. So now I'd like to show you all the project he was referring to, which is displaying on the screen now. The total amount of silver gained from this project will be roughly 20 bill silver if sold before the new marketplace comes, which I'll be waiting for now regardless. It is true I stated it's a 6-month project. However, what he failed to mention, and you can clearly see in the notepad, is most of it is Imperials, which take a fair amount of time to sell. Not only did he fail to mention this important part, but he was also going off on a tangent thinking this is my only source of silver. I used to make 1.5 billion silver per week hopping between 2 guilds from sea monster hunting. Now, that will only be 750 mil a week due to the guild hopping restrictions put in place very recently. Lastly, I make crates, which is roughly 500 mil silver per week. This is also neglecting to mention that part of the silver from the quote-unquote 6-month project are coming from drafts, which I can and will sustain every 1 month moving forward, and the King of Jungle Hamburg coming from this project I can and will sustain every 2 months moving forward. On screen now you can see the Imperial portion of the project, which equates to a total of 12.65 billion silver and will take 8.5 months to sell. However, the 5-gram porridge boxes are only there if I'm unable to cap on everything else for the day, which leaves a total of 7.42 billion silver and will take 4.5 months to sell. Split evenly, this is effectively 1.65 billion silver per month from Imperials alone, which is 55 mil silver per day. The drafts each month are calculated from getting 15 Fruit of the Sun per breed cycle and hitting farms 4 times a day for a total of 60 fruits a day, or 1.8k fruits a month. That's simply 2.25 billion silver from Giants drafts per month after taxes, excluding any pre-order prices, in the current marketplace. The current project has just over a month's worth of fruits. The King of Jungle Hamburg is simply 1 billion silver per month after taxes, excluding pre-order prices, and in the current marketplace. The current project has 2 months worth of resources for Hamburgs. Total together from sea monster hunting, crates, Imperials, drafts, and King of Jungle Hamburg is 9.9 billion silver split evenly per month, or 330 million silver split evenly per day. This is my rebuttal and defense on what I do to make silver, which I needed to make very clear, and is relevant to what you're about to hear.
And then I was like, and then when I called him out for the milk tea boxes, he was like, lol, only made 2 bill in 1 week. He's literally like, he was like, David only fucking, he was like David making a 20 bill series and he's only made 2 bill in 1 week. I only made 2 bill in 1 week.
So now David claims to be mad because I said he only made 2 billion in 1 week. Well, David and everyone watching, the argument took place on the 16th of January, which you can see on the screen. There's no denying this, yeah? So, rolling on screen now is a picture of David's YouTube video named New Series, How to Make Billions 2019 Episode 1, Black Does It Online, which, as you can see, was published on January the 1st in 2019. You can also see that at the start of this series, David starts with 6.5 billion silver. On the day of the argument, on stream, as you can see now, he had a total of 8.7 billion silver. This was 2 weeks past since the start of his series. 8.7 billion minus 6.5 billion is 2.2 billion. That's 2.2 billion silver in 2 weeks, which is 1.1 billion silver per week. So, I guess I was wrong in saying he only made 2 billion 1 week, because, as you can see, he only made 1.1 billion silver per week leading up to the argument. This portion of the video is being edited on February the 1st of 2019, and on stream, as you can see now, he clearly has 9.6 billion silver. In another 2 weeks, he's only made another 900 million silver. 9.6 billion minus 8.7 billion is 900 million. Not only is this proof enough that he simply doesn't make as much as he thinks, it is also amazing to see that it's only 1/3 of the amount I make in a single month, which shouldn't be possible based off his argument later on in the video where he claims me to be an inefficient lifeskiller and a quote-unquote Care Bear.
And then he literally said, I had my 10 bill in gold bars, right, Mikiku? And it was literally in the storage. Like every single time I pulled up the storage, you could see it. He literally went onto my channel and he clipped a video, or a small like 30-second clip of me having like a bill in my storage because I had liquidated like a bill, but then the rest of my money was in gold bars. And he literally posted the clip in the Discord. And he's like, yo, look at this guy, David. He's like, this guy is talking about 20 bill, but he only has a bill. And I was like, dude, are you blind? I was like, you literally watched my stream. You literally seen I had 10 bill. How are you like trying to spread rumors like this? How are you trying to lie about how much silver I have?
So in this part, David first starts out with claiming that I clipped from his stream where he only had 1 billion silver in storage, which is false. As you can see on screen, the only clips I made from David's stream are of a few days after the argument of him either giving bad advice or just being inefficient from my point of view. Before I go any further, I do want to mention that yes, my wording was a little poor in the screenshots showing now, and I do apologize for the poor wording. What I should have stated was simply referencing silver gained. If you guys were reading the screenshots, scrolling through, while listening to the last part of David's argument, you can clearly see I did not post any such clips there. The finishing screenshots will scroll through now. These screenshots were taken as the argument was happening, so it's quite impossible that they were fabricated either, if that wants to be a rebuttal from anybody. Then he goes on to say he had 10 billion silver, which he clearly did not. We all know from picture-proof evidence he was nowhere close to 10 billion silver when this argument was taking place. He goes on to claim I lied about the silver he has, which if anything is him lying since we all can clearly see him not having 10 billion silver even as of this video is being edited together. And then
no joke, bro. He literally says, he flexes on me and he's like, I have 20 bill. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yesterday you literally said on stream that you were broke. Today you say you're flexing on me, telling me you have 20 bill. Where is this 20 bill coming from? And he's like, I'm like, show me screenshots. Post it in the general chat and show me screenshots. And he's like, well, I gotta liquidate some stuff. And then I'm like, weren't you just telling me that it was gonna take you 6 months to get 20 bill? And I got 10 bill in a month and a half. So what are you doing wrong? And then he was like, I have 20 bill. I just gotta liquidate it. And then I was like, okay, Well, first you're spreading lies about me having only a bill, and I literally screenshotted my bank. I just like liquidated my gold bars, and I screenshotted in my bank, posted in the general Discord. He deleted it, by the way. And then he's like fucking running around telling people I only have a bill, and I'm like, hey, he's telling people, oh, can only make 2 bill in a week. You're bad, kid. Like, really, dude? That's literally what it is. I just fucking left after that. I was like, you know what? Whatever. Fuck you, dude. You think you're just a fucking random.
In this segment, David goes off on several tangents with no real evidence to back his claims up. As you all saw scrolling across your screen when listening to that part of the audio, which I'll leave up as I'm speaking now, I did indeed say I had over 20 bill. Which I did, and still do. Never said it was 20 bill liquid silver though. As you can see, David is and was trying to put words in my mouth. Here's some screenshots of my storages taken the morning of the argument. Scrolling after is not but 2 days later after hitting pen maneuver. You can clearly see if I were stupid enough to liquidate my red coral earrings at the current prices, crates, hards, sharps, Caphras, Blackstones, etc., I would be well over 20 bill liquid silver. To clarify, I never said I was broke at any time while being serious. If David was lurking in my stream, I sometimes meme on my viewers, saying I'm broke because relative to a few other individuals in the game, I am indeed quite broke. You wanted the screenshots, David? So here they are. It's still possible to look back at my stream the past 14 days as of February the 3rd, 2019, for comparison to then and now as well. We've already gone over my project and where he went off on a tangent before, so I'm not going to discuss that any further. I never spread lies about him having 1 bill silver. I've actually proved how little silver he makes compared to myself. If anything, it was poor wording which I spoke on earlier. He finishes this segment with the line, "He left after that." No, David, you were banned after that. You claimed that Dvna is your friendo. He wouldn't do shit to you. Which clearly was false.
And then he literally flexes his guru processing on me. He literally screenshots his life skills. All his life skills are fucking the exact same. I actually beat him in at least half of the life skills, bro. The only thing he beats me in is trading, and he has guru processing. He literally flexes on me, and he's like guru Lifeskiller, by the way. And I'm just looking at his processing, his guru, like whatever processing it is, and I'm like, yeah, that you definitely got me there, bro. Like guru processing, holy shit, dude. I don't think I could ever get fucking guru processing. You're just fucking dying, dude. I was like laughing like a hyena, dude. And I was like, bro, what are you flexing on me, dude? Your life skills are literally the same as mine, and some of my life skills are even better than yours. And I was like, how long have you been playing Zen? He's like, I've been playing like since beta or whatever. Like, you literally see how much time he's been playing. And I'm like, I've been playing a year and like a couple months, and I literally have better life skills than you. So I don't know what you're flexing on me, kid. And I was like, and then all he could do at the end was flex his gear. And I was like, so what? You could have grinded for the gear. You could have gotten RNG carried for the gear. What does gear matter? It doesn't matter to a Lifeskiller. And then he's like, get good gear. And I was like, bro, you're literally like shaky, bae. You're literally flexing gear to prove a point. It's like, as a Lifeskiller, I couldn't care less. Flex icons on me, and then we'll talk. You can't flex gear to a Lifeskiller that doesn't care about gear. That's like flexing. That's like a Lifeskiller flexing icons to a PvPer. It's not gonna give a shit.
David seems to be hung up on me flexing things on him. Well, if you really want me to, David, here you go. Some big icons. In the end, icons don't matter in the slightest. He claims we have the same life skill levels and beats me in half of them as well. Let's take a look at this claim. First, we have David's life skills. As of 2 weeks ago, Master 4 Gathering, Professional 1 Fishing, Guru 6 Cooking, which was power leveled, thus having no merit, Master 6 Alchemy, also getting power leveled, Master 14 Processing, this is a life skill so there's no excuse around it to not having high processing, Artisan 7 Trading, Artisan 5 Farming, which by the way is done super inefficiently by using his main life skiller, and lastly Professional 4 Sailing, which is simply just doing dailies. Now let's take a look at my life skills on the same day. Master 6 Gathering, higher than him. Master 4 Fishing, higher than him. Master 29 Cooking, he has me there currently, and I'll do a comparison later. Master 7 Alchemy, still ahead of him on that day. Guru 13 Processing, higher than him. Master 10 Trading, also higher than him. Artisan 8 Farming, also higher than him. As you can see, David, when you originally made this claim of me not having having higher life skills than you on the day of that argument, you were only beating me in 2 life skills, one of which is through dailies and benefits the player with nothing, after skilled 1, which is Sailing, and then there's Cooking, which yeah, for the moment you do have higher than me. Now, let's take a comparison of our life skills from 2 days ago. David only gained 1 gathering level, 2 alchemy levels, 1 processing level, and 1 farming level. I, on the other hand, have gained 2 gathering levels, half of a mid-guru level in processing, and half of a high artisan level in farming, while actually making money from the life skill on a consistent, regular, and daily basis instead of pruning for max EXP, which based off watching him, he isn't even progressing in farming in the most effective manner either. Now, let's get to the point on cooking and alchemy I wanted to touch on earlier. In the next 30 days, I'll have gone through 200 plus intermediate alchemy tools and 1100 plus intermediate cooking utensils as well, which directly correlates to the project mentioned in the beginning of this video. What do you have planned guaranteed for the next 30 days, David? I'd love to see it and compare then. Moving on to the part when you said, I'm literally Shaky Bay flexing gear to prove a point. Well, I hate to break it to you, David, Shaky Bay never had gear to flex in the first place. I'm a life skiller and a PvPer. Gear matters. Most of my gear progression is directly correlated with my life skill progression. You aren't the same in this matter, and that's perfectly fine. To ignore another person's way of playing the game, spending their silver, and their personal progression to only bash on it, spit nonsense, and in the end bash said person is exactly what Shaky Bay and yourself do, which is justification enough, in my opinion, to compare you two alike.
There's a reason Zen and I not liquid right now. I mean, he literally said, he was like, I'm saving for Manos, and it's gonna take me 6 months to make 20 bill. I'm like, all right, cool. But don't fucking lie about your bullet. Like, don't even lie about your shit, dude. Don't say you have 20 bill liquid. He literally don't lie about how much silver you have and then backtrack and say you have to liquidate it all. Like, nah, bro. 2 bill in 1 month? What are you doing? 20 bill in 6 months? Come on, dude. I did almost 20 bill in like 2 months, dude.
Not much to say here aside from that I want to reiterate his lack of comprehension in regards to the 20 bill project, which is not my only source of silver or even close to it, and various other points mentioned earlier as well, which you can clearly see I never said 20 bill liquid silver, also mentioned earlier, and I am now further reinforcing the fact he tried and failed to put words in my mouth. I am saving for Manos and I will continue doing so. This part is correct. It will take 4.5 months to sell the Imperials, which is a mere fraction of the silver I make every 1 month split evenly. Again, a simple fact I mentioned earlier and I'm reinforcing now due to this individual constantly throwing shade and lies on my name. It's also ironic in this part he tries to pull another Shaky Bay tactic. Quote, I did almost 20 bill in like 2 months, dude. Unquote. When I already had disproved this claim of his. He in fact has only made 3.1 billion silver in 1 month, which if this is the silver progression he makes split evenly, will only be 6.2 billion silver in 2 months, which quite ironically is less than I make consistently in 1 month. As for comparing him to Shaky Bay again, the justification to this is that Shaky Bay inflates his silver gains to look good on stream and YouTube, but comparative to reality, makes much, much less.
Dude, everybody in my Discord that literally give a shit about Zen, they were like, yeah, that Zen guy, dude, I know him, bad. I'm just like, I was laughing. I'm like, he's flexing his gear to somebody that doesn't have gear. But then Tor just fucking comes into the Discord, flexes his like almost 280 AP on Zen guy, and the Zen guy just straight shut up. Like literally, it's funny, dude. Yeah, if you have better gear than somebody, you're gonna flex on them. But the instant somebody has better gear than you, you're not gonna say anything. Your ass is just gonna straight shut up.
This part I personally found hilarious. Not only did he straight up lie on stream about what happened in the argument just then, but he is trying to spin a narrative which is only true in his mind to make himself look and sound better on stream to his viewers, with picture-proof evidence to the contrary. He says, quote, "But then literally, Tor just fucking comes into the Discord, flexes his like almost 280 AP on the Zen guy, and the Zen guy just straight shut up." Unquote. Where is this Tor guy David is speaking of? David himself tried to flex a random Mystics gear that had 0 pens, very little Kavris in their weapons, and 0 Kavris in their armor on me. This quite ironically made him look terrible there, since the Mystics gear was still worse than mine. The Mystics gear was the same unawakened AP, 1 more awakened AP, and 16 less DP, making his total gear score 15 less than mine at the time. The next part, he goes on to reinforce where he thought Dmuck wouldn't do anything to him. I challenged him, and he lost. I said, quote, "Are you 100% sure on that? Please do continue." Unquote. He continued his harassment, and got banned from the Discord for it. I stopped replying because it was very clear that the argument was going nowhere, and I actually value my spot in the Discord, apparently unlike David.
Literally this dude literally has number 5 cooking. What? Number 5 cooking. Number 5 cooking as his only icon. I tuned into one of his streams, dude. Dead ass server, number 5 cooking. How do you call yourself a fucking Lifeskiller and like try to flex on somebody that literally pulls like 4 to 5 icons every single time they log on? Like, you're an idiot.
Alright, David, I've got 2 questions directed towards you individually, based off of what was just said. The first question is, are you actually under the impression that icons are server-based? The second question is, are you really under the belief that icons and higher life skill levels are a good measure to a Lifeskiller's knowledge on said life skills? Icons are by far the worst way to measure a person's knowledge on life skills, much like the red battlefield icon is a horrible way to measure a player's PvP competence. Also, check out these icons since we're over here memeing about icons still.
No, the only misunderstanding is that he's telling new players to make milk tea boxes. First of all, that's being dishonest, Mikiku. I'm sorry to say, but if one of the reasons it's if he's telling new players that if he's telling a player that is asking if there's a better value in using milk elsewhere, then either A, he's not wanting new players, or he's not wanting that player to ruin his market, which is being dishonest. Okay, that's straight up lying. And or 2, he's just a fucking idiot. There's no way, there's nothing you could tell me, Mikiku, that will back up what the starting of the argument is. There is nothing that you could tell me that will either A, make his dishonesty any better than it is, or B, show me that he's a better Lifeskiller. Because if he was any type of good Lifeskiller, as you mentioned, the most efficient, then he would not be misleading people. I'm sorry to say, I have no respect. I have no respect for somebody that is dishonest. Yeah, no, Pong-kun literally screenshotted the entire chat that he answered to somebody. I'm not even fucking Like, why would I make up that bullshit, dude? Like, why would I? Like, why would I even go into his Discord? Like, just think about that. Why would I go into his Discord to call him out if that's not what he said?
So here marks the point where David, on stream, buries himself with lies of his own, trying to spin a narrative that never happened. I've already went over this part of the argument, but he decided to re-emphasize it, so I will as well. The picture on screen now was the starting of the argument. Can anybody point out where I told new players that milk tea boxes are the best profit per milk, or misled the person that pinged me in the Discord even at all? David's next narrative on stream is trying to claim that I am dishonest, trying to mislead people away from ruining my market, and or that I'm a fucking idiot. On the contrary, my spreadsheets, unlike his, are 100% public and able to be copied for people to plug in their own region and server's prices on items to give them an idea if the things I personally do are worth it for them or not. And I emphasize every single time somebody asks me about my sheets that these might not be the best things to craft or the most profitable, but it is what I personally do to make silver in Black Desert Online. There's nothing anybody can say to back up what happened on the contrary to your narrative, David. Look on the screen. Evidence against your narrative are clearly there. You have no respect for people who are dishonest? Well, that's something I can say that we do share. However, it's quite ironic that this is a value you carry within yourself when you are dishonest and misleading in several ways. Why would you go into the Discord and make this stuff up if it's not what had been explicitly stated? I don't know, David. Why did you? Because it is what you did. You came in and called me out on something that was never stated to Fate, the person I was responding to. You can't even make the claim that I was answering backpacks at the same time because my very specific response would have made zero sense in regards to what backpacks asked. If someone asks, are milk tea boxes considered a waste of milk, and your response to them is, box, then I'm not sure, but that seems kind of odd. Hopefully the audience watching and listening to this video aren't as naive.
I'm halfway there in a month, Mikaku. He literally said, the max I could do is 20 bill in 6 months. If I'm halfway there in 1 month, dude, I'm doing something better than him. I'm more efficient than him. And I'm not fucking, at least I'm not going around telling people to fucking make milk tea in like, again, I'm not being dishonest. I lost respect for him. The instant he said that, there's only two possibilities that he would say that.
Not much to say to this except ask, can you show me when and where I explicitly stated the quote-unquote 6-month project was my only source of life skill income? Or that all of it was even spread across 6 months? Or is it, again, just your narrative that wants it to seem like I said such things explicitly? Other than that, I'll just let the screenshots roll through with evidence to the contrary of your narrative.
Again, if you can come up with an explanation onto why he would tell a new player that specifically asked if there was a better way to use milk and it directed him to milk tea boxes, then by all means feel free to explain it to me, man. But if the new player had asked like, can I use milk in milk tea boxes or in imperial boxes, then sure, okay, that's, I mean, I'd still say no, but if Zen is gonna say yes to that, then it's not wrong. It's just not the most efficient. If you're telling me Zen is the most efficient, then he shouldn't have even brought up milk tea boxes as the first thing. That's not efficient. That's not an efficient way to use your milk. If you're an efficient life skiller, you're not going to direct somebody to fucking make milk tea boxes. I'm sorry. It's too incompetent that way. It's not making us. It's A plus B is not adding up.
Again, more hilarious words from David himself. He continues to spin his narrative that I told a player who specifically asked if there was a better way to use milk, to only say it's best in milk tea boxes. Quite ironically, he then goes on to say if the player asked, is it okay to use milk in milk tea boxes? And I'm personally going to say yes, then it's fine, but he still wouldn't say it himself, because it's not an efficient way to use your milk. David, look on the screen. This is exactly what went on. A player asked, if I sell my milk or box them, I answered him specifically. So basically, you're arguing and spinning your narrative for no reason whatsoever. I do agree, milk tea boxes aren't the best use of your milk. However, it's an easy way to profit from milk and liquidate said milk with little to no effort at all. Something I said in your Discord before you banned me from it, something that was stated from Vailu, who I agree with when the argument was taking place, and something I am and will continue saying now.
And besides that, Mikiku, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's being dishonest to make it so that people don't make his own market. Because you know what? At the end of the day, Mikiku, this is some real talk right now, dude. At the end of the day, he's part of a community Discord, of a community life skilling Discord, and he has a role that says knows their shit. This isn't like some fucking random ass like 200 member Discord where, you know, blah blah blah. It doesn't really matter what you say. Oh, you could go ahead and tell somebody that, yeah, go use milk on milk tea boxes. Nah, you're in a Discord that is 3,000 plus members. People know who Eminent is. People know your Discord. Don't go around fucking lying to people. That's what probably tilted me the most, bro.
Yes, this is very true. I am part of a community life skill Discord with a lot of members. You keep running with a line, going around lying to people. This is some advice you should take for yourself, David.
I don't give a shit how many icons he has. It's just the dishonesty behind it. Him going around and showing clips, showing a clip of me just yesterday having a bill in my bank and then saying that I only have a bill. Like, come on, bro. Like, dude, how low are you gonna go, dude? Like, seriously, how low are you gonna go, bro?
Which is it, David? Is your main focus on the supposed dishonesty you're trying to spin? Or is it the milk tea part, which you clearly are recollecting incorrectly? Because it can't be both.
I don't even fucking go around and talk shit about Zen and make up lies. I'll talk shit because it's a video game, and I'll talk shit as much as I want to. But I'm not gonna fucking be like lying about Zen, making up bullshit. Come on, bro. You're an adult, man. You're an adult. Act like one. You know what I mean?
You don't go around talking shit about me? You really think so? So what are all of these screenshots of you talking shit about me then? Did you also not call me a fucking idiot on stream as well? Did you not try and spin a narrative that a player asked me directly if milk tea boxes were the best use of milk? You're clearly recalling two players as one, apparently. Did you not try and spin a narrative about how I was spreading lies about you? Not a single lie was spread about you from my mouth. Lastly, in the pic showing now, did eight in a month is also a clear lie. I'd suggest fixing your narrative before personally attacking me on your stream instead of claiming that I'm doing X, Y, and Z when I clearly have evidence to the contrary.
I want to ask about your list. Do you sell milk tea or do you sell milk tea or box them? That's everything. Nah, dude, I was answering fucking backpacks. I wasn't answering fate, dude. He was replying. He was replying to fucking backpacks at the same time too. He didn't screenshot that to you, man. I was replying to backpacks, not that fucking idiot. I don't even know who that fake guy is, dude. Why would I answer? Why would I even bother answering a question? Do I make milk tea or box them? Both of them are wrong. Yeah, that's being efficient. Nah, I was fucking answering backpacks, bro.
I'm going to try and put this politely, so bear with me. What are you talking about, David? Yes, you were replying to backpacks with your opinion, and that's perfectly fine. I was replying to Fate. You don't know who that is? That's also perfectly fine. I don't even know who it is, but it's the guy who was asking me a question. Asking me a question. You're the one upset about me answering fate, not about backpacks. Backpacks didn't ask me a question specifically. I'm not mad at you for answering backpacks, nor was I answering backpacks at the same time. So again, trying to be polite here, what are you even going on about?
I made my YouTube channel to help people. I didn't make it so that somebody else could come along and misguide them. Yeah, it's 10 bill. It's 10 bill here. Yo, what's up, Lixie? Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for the follow, or not the follow, the comment here. Where's my tag? So you have 5,000 fruits. 5,000 fruits. 5,000 fruits. If somebody posted 5,000 fruits multiplied by your 2.5 proc on oils, yeah, you have 12,500 oils multiplied by your 2.5 on your elixirs. That gives you 31,000, right? 31,250 elixirs or whatever. Clear that. 31,250 multiplied by 0.3, right? That's how many blue procs you can have, right? Oh, blue procs. 10,375, right? So obviously selling all this to the market, 9,375 multiply, let's say 110,000, because that's the blue proc variation. That's a bill right there. So you're looking at a bill, and then 31,250 multiplied by, let's say, 80,000. You're looking at about 3.5 bill, but then I didn't say 10 bill profit, I just said 10 bill as your silver, as your total final silver market cost, market sell value or whatever. So you would do draughts. So it's 250, since on NA, you make a bank off those, you divide it by 3, right? So that's 10,416. So 10,416, and add on the blue procs, which is 9,375. That's 19,791 draughts that you can make. Multiply by 550,000, and what does that give you? 10 bill. So whoever was the idiot that sold 5,000 fruits of nature on the market just lost 10 bill, literally. How much money can I get from 10k fruit of nature? I've been farming carrots since I started playing. How much total silver, or how much profit? I can say total silver is like 10,000 fruits of nature. Probably above 10 bill. If you turn them into drafts. Of course, total silver, not profit. I think somebody that got 5,000 fruits of nature earlier in the chat, a few days ago on the stream, had made a little over 10 bill. So if 5,000 fruits made him a little over 10 bill, then 10,000 fruits is making you more than that. If you have the traces, of course. He had the traces. If you don't have the traces, then you're gonna be bottlenecked by traces.
This part I mean no disrespect by, just like everything else pointed out in the video, but if you claim to want to put out content for people and not mislead them, then please in the future make sure you math things out correctly on stream. Before I continue, I want to point out that you indeed corrected yourself the second time when calculating on stream, although you still did not include market taxes. It still does not justify openly referring to a prior stream where you made several mistakes in your math. The first time you talked about fruit of nature, the number was 5k. You claimed they'd make 10 billion from this. Even before taxes, they'd only make 7.8 billion silver. In a later stream, a person asks you about 10,000 fruits, which is double the fruits, and you tell them they'd make just over 10 bill, and later math it out to 15.5 billion silver, which is correct. But do you see your contradiction here? I should not have to and will not explain it if you still do not understand where you went wrong. Again, even if you corrected yourself the second time.
The rant is over though. That's how it is. Hopefully that explained it, dude. Go ahead, ask him. Is he gonna admit anything? That's up to him, dude. But the clips don't lie, bro. And the screenshots don't lie, bruh. and he knows that he lied about it, Mikiku, because he was in my stream and he was talking, and we were having a conversation, and he was in my stream and he knew I had 10 bill. So he knew what he was doing when he was clipping that 1 bill clip. Oh, he knew. But is he gonna admit it? I don't know. Knowing Zen, if he has any kind of dignity left, maybe. If he has any type of manly ballsness back. But I mean, it's over, dude. I'm not starting any bullshit. If you want to start bullshit, go ahead, man, but I'm not in it, dude. I said my shit, dude. If he wants to lie about how much silver I have and flex it to the entire Discord, go ahead, man. I don't even give a shit at the end of the day. It's been 2 weeks. Shit's over. Walked in shitstorm? Nah, you just walked into somebody, a helper of a prominent Lifeskiller Discord, misguiding new players on a specific question, and then also lying about how much silver I have and trying to make himself the bigger guy. That's all you missed, Kano. That's basically it, dude. You know the typical, the clout. People want clout, right? Yo, what's up, MMO? You know how people are on the internet these days. Gotta get famous. I gotta get famous. Gotta fucking lie about somebody else so I can get famous off of them. Oh my god.
In the end, David does make a fair point. It's been 2 weeks, and what's said was said. However, the screenshots, in fact, do not lie. I am indeed a helper of a large Lifeskiller Discord, and I did not misguide players. One thing made clear near the beginning of this video was, if anything, I misworded a sentence, and do apologize for that. I'll leave you guys with all of the relevant screenshots and links in the description below for you all to decide who's telling the truth, who's truly misguiding who, and I'll leave it at that. I know this is a rather long video, but a lot of things had to be said. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you all next time.